fields, he understands feedlots, he understands Kansas agriculture. So we're privileged to have with us today Governor Sam Brownback.
That's right.
I'm glad you moved on the program because you're the important part of it, not me. Delightful to join you today. Beautiful outside. Hopefully rain will follow. We'll see. We need it. We could sure use that in the area. And we've got a big topic today. It's an important topic today. It's how we keep the Big 12 together is what we're going to talk about. It's critical for our area. I think we're making some progress. So we've got now the plan. Now the group's holding together that's there. Going after BYU first, then the Chiefs. Help our winning records out there that way. We can do that. I just want to give a few really brief comments. Number one, great to have everybody out. I was looking down the list of the people that had signed up to register to be here. I thought I was going to the state fair because it was everybody that I usually see at the state fair. It's just a great smattering and cross-section of Kansas agriculture that's here. This is a key topic for Kansas agriculture. It's a key topic for Kansas. We can grow the animal agriculture industry in this state. It is a substantial benefit to our economy. It's a product that we produce on a global quality and export basis. We can compete against anybody in the world with what we do. We have a good chance, I think, to get more consolidation of animal agriculture into the high plains. And the keynote speaker here will talk specifically about that. But Dale Rodman, the Ag Secretary, who I think is a great blessing for us to have with his international experience and then heart for Kansas, as he was raised on a farm in this state, blends that. So we've got the right people, I think, at the right position at the right time for us to grow this industry in the hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, looking down the road. Much of animal agriculture is going to need to move or is moving around the United States. It's moving from places that have water quality issues, where the aquifer is too close to the surface and you've got large concentrations of animals and they produce things that come out of the animal that people are concerned about, the nitrates or other issues. We don't have that in many areas of Kansas. You can get, as one dairy farmer here in this area said to me, one of the large dairies, one of the big advantages you have in Kansas is you can get as big as you want. I mean, we've got the space, we have the opportunity, we have the access to grain, we have the markets that are here and building additional markets in places. You can basically get as big as you want or need to in this state. And we want to have a supportive environment for that, to obtain that impact and that influx of investment into dollars here. That's another thing that's taking place now. You're seeing a lot of the investment community looking around for what is it that they can put resources in that's halfway stable. And halfway stable is the key phrase there. Because the stock market has been in great difficulty. Treasury bills are yielding 1.5% or something south of that. They're looking around for what is it they can put resources in. And yesterday I was in the oil fields in south central Kansas, and we've got millions of dollars flowing into there, into new horizontal drilling. That's very impressive to see. That's a place they can get a return on investment. And agriculture is a place they can get a return on investment on a long-term basis. Again, a place and a time that we can attract into here. And then it's a global export business. We can export and do export around the world. We can be very competitive, cattle, dairy, pork, and I hope would be also in the poultry industry, be competitive in that. Again, exporting to a global community. In our future in the United States, we're going to have to be less dependent on the consumer and more dependent on us producing things that we sell around the world. It's the German model, if you will, where you can go around in plants throughout the state of Kansas and you see the big high-tech piece of machinery in there, and a lot of times it's a German piece of equipment. And you're saying, well, where's that piece of equipment from? Well, they made it in Germany. Well, why do you have it here? It does the coolest things that we can't. We don't have a machine here that does that. And it costs $20 million, but it makes us all more efficient, and we're building more airplanes because we have that piece of equipment. Well, we need to export things that people say the very same thing about. Or that they buy this piece of meat here because this is the highest quality at the price that they can get it, and it's good, safe food product, and the Americans are the ones that produce it. We can and we do that, and I just want to see us put that on steroids and grow it. Well, not the animal. I want to see the investment on steroids and grow it. And I hope what you will help us out with today is what we need to do as a state to see that environment be the best we can for it. That's what the Ag Department, which I think has done an outstanding job of surveying and trying to hone in on what the topics are. What do we need to do? Regulatory-wise, what do we need to do statutory-wise? What do we need to do marketing-wise to see that this environment is the best so that anybody looking to invest in animal agriculture is saying one of the places you got to look is Kansas because X, Y, and Z. And then Dale is going to load his briefcase up in a portfolio and start heading to these places around the country that are looking to invest in it and say, the place you ought to be is Kansas. Some of you were here and started the recruitment of the dairy industry into the state of Kansas, and I'd like to see that model repeated. And basically what you did is you developed a portfolio and said, and went to then dairies in California and some other places and said, you know, look, you can locate in Kansas, have the same size dairy here, and half your money sitting in your pocket. Or wherever else you want to have. You can invest here and have a good operation. So we need the specifics on it. We need to have the good policies to be able to market and push this forward, and the state is interested. Got a group of state legislators that are here. I don't know, have you guys, have they been introduced yet, Jerry, the state legislators? Fellas, why don't you stand up, or ladies, whoever all is here from the state legislature, so more people can see you. Let's give them a quick round of applause. And they're ones that we want to particularly talk to about carrying the legislation. We've got a good portion of the cabinet here. Dale, of course, is here. Karen Brownlee, would both of you stand? Is anybody else here from the cabinet? Colonel Garcia is here. And Pat George, the Secretary of Commerce, is going to be here at 11. If you need any tickets fixed, Colonel's over here. I don't know that he does that, but you can talk to him about it anyway. Might make you feel better if you do that. We can do it. We need to do it. Our administration is determined to do this because we want to see this growth taking place in the key industry. Thanks for joining us today. God bless you.